Hi, it's Julie Rothwell here. I'm just following on from my previous 2 days of lives that I've been doing in this group, where I promised that I would come and share some of my findings and experiences of the Enkaustik conference in Provincetown a couple of weeks ago. So what I decided to do today, rather than just ramble on, is I've got my hot plate fired up here. I've got a piece of encaustic work on the go. I'm going to have a play with some of the conference materials that I got. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump straight in. I'm going to set my phone up in the holder overhead, and then you can watch me as I unbox some of my goodies. So here we go. Right, hopefully I can sort the tech. Bear with me. So I've got my hot plate fired up here, and I have, let me just get this right. I can't see comments very well when this is in the holder, so I'll have to come back and look at any comments or anything at the end. I'm hoping you can see that okay, and I've got it set up in the right place. Fingers crossed. We'll adjust on another live if not. So I have got, I showed you yesterday some of the bits and pieces that I picked up, and what I want to do is to start using some of the techniques that I did on Richard Froome's workshop with here. But before I get into that and kind of get into the technicalities, I just want to play with my new toys. So this is the iridescent silver violet, which apparently was created purely for the conference. It's a unique colour. I'm not sure if it's available anywhere else. I'd have to do my research on that. So it's a metallic colour. Just looking to see what it says about it, if there's anything else. Yeah, so it's not saying too much more about other than it's a metallic. So I'm going to have a play with that one. The other thing I want to have a test with, wherever I put them, here. I've got these little things. So I'm going to, so Enkaustikos, in our little welcome packs, we had these little samples of colours. So I'm going to get this melting. So this is a little alizarin crimson, refined beeswax and Damar resin, pure artist grade pigment in USP refined beeswax. So I've got this little thing here. I'm going to pop that in there. It's going to melt on my hot plate. I don't want it to run. I haven't cleaned my whole hot plate off because I'm still working on a piece in these colours. But I've cleared this end, so I'm going to just work in this small section. The heat should come up. It's quite a slow and steady hot plate, this one. So the heat should come up and melt that soon, hopefully. But in the meantime, I'm going to play with some other sticks. And I realised, so what I've done is I've got an encaustic board here. It's got a few layers of encaustic medium on it. I've fused those, so it's nice and warm. What I realised is most of my brushes, I haven't cleaned any up before the live, and most of my brushes are caked in different colours. So I didn't want to mess the integrity of the colours up. So I'm working with some really small little brushes today, but they are at least clean. So at the very least I should have, it's not normally the size I would normally work on unless I'm doing a portrait, but I thought at least the colour is clean and keeps the integrity of the colours that were created on here. So we'll see how this goes. So you can see, so obviously my hot plate is, if you haven't experienced encaustic before, I've got my hot plate warm. I've melted my wax directly onto the hot plate, and I'm just going to start painting on. This isn't the best of brushes for applying, I'll be honest, but hey ho. And I don't really have a plan here, I'm just kind of going with it, so we will see what comes up. Still quite warm. It's not, I think it's the type of brush, it's not the best of brushes for this. I'm also going to add, so this is some encaustic medium. Let's just take that bit of, picked up a bit of different coloured wax. So what you can do, so at the moment the RNF wax is really highly pigmented, and you can actually add either, if you're using pigment sticks, blending sticks with them, or you can just add encaustic medium on. So I'm going to be really careful not to add this mucky bluey purple. And I'm going to melt some, it's a bit like watering down watercolour, you know, getting a lighter wash if you were using watercolour. You can also add this on in pellet form as well. It's just the same thing, just this has been solidified. if you're used to painting with wax, I'm probably saying all the obvious things here. So this is just going to give me a more kind of, yeah, a thinner layer. What's going on? I don't like this brush very much. It's obviously why it hasn't been used, but at least it's clean, so I'm getting the right colours. Oh, I'm working small scale as well. I've been working larger scale and I prefer my bigger brushes. Okay, so I'm not going to paint the whole thing. I'm just going to do, and there's all sorts I could do with this to kind of neaten this up. I could have some tape down here so I've got really clean lines. I can do all sorts, but I just want to have a play and see what this colour looks like to start with. Hopefully you can see this okay. I don't know if there's any comments coming up. I really can't see at the moment very well. I can see I can see somebody's watching, so thank you if you're on live. So I'm going to take my heat gun, it might be a bit noisy for a moment, and what I'm doing here is fusing. Ooh, now we start to see the magic. Right. So what we do is we fuse one layer to another, and I can see now where the magic is going to begin to come in. So what I'm going to try and do is, I'm going to blow this around a bit more rather than trying to keep it all in one solid colour. But because it's metallic, the metallics really kind of run and blend together. I'm going to try and catch that on video for you, just so you can see. Let me try that. So I'm going to blow it around a little bit. I'm going to use a bit of gravity with. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm going to add a bit more on. Just forget keeping it in. I don't know if you can see that, how that's running back in here. Hopefully you can see that on film. It's beautiful. Okay, we're going to go a bit more wispy. I haven't really got a plan here. I'm just running with it. We'll see what comes out. I like working in this style. It's where the ideas come to me. Losing bristles rather. So if you lose bristles, don't panic about that. You can just I've got a really nice tool somewhere. Tidied up my studio before I went to America and now I can't find anything. But yeah, just dig it out with your fingernails, or I've got a really nice little pick that I usually use. There we go, got it. Right, I'll start with the one colour to start with. I might have gone a bit heavy in this corner with hindsight, but hey. My table isn't level, which isn't helping me. Let me get something to... I used to have a beautiful big oak table, but I moved out of my studio and I haven't got it anymore. So what I can see is, because this table's got a dip in it, it's a plastic one, and it just fits in the space that I have at home. It's actually running, everything's running to that corner. So that's my first tip, is try and work on a flat surface if you can. Let me get this down here a bit more. And then just start to watch how these pigments, when they, so we're getting them hot up to liquid form to fuse into the layer below, and then start to watch them as they solidify. They'll just continue moving. You can see how these pockets are. That's why it's really important to have a very flat surface, because otherwise they'll all pool in one corner if you're not careful. If you want, I love working in this way. If you want to keep the integrity of your piece underneath, yeah, you do a lighter fuse, but I'm kind of making this, it's a lower layer, so I'm just kind of making it quite soupy at the minute and seeing what comes up, and from there I'll start to work with it. So it's still moving a little bit here. You don't want to go in too quickly, or you'll end up disturbing those layers underneath. Hopefully you can see this okay. I can't see, I can see people are watching, so that's a positive sign. I guess we wouldn't see you otherwise, or wouldn't be here. Right, I'm going to use these, have a go with these now. No idea what they're going to come out like. So these are the Enkaustikos shimmer set that I got. So these apparently already have some of the medium, so I added some medium to this colour, but these apparently already have some of the medium included within the colours, so we're going to see what happens. First time for everything. Oh, they're lovely and buttery and smooth. Right, I'll try and get a fresh brush that, again, I'm not going to, get this pure colour then rather than whatever I've got left on my brush. I hope my head's not in the way of the camera when I'm... Do you put any comments in if you can see and everything okay? I'll try and see if I can see them. So no big plan here, I'm just kind of filling in a few gaps just to see how the colours turn out. Okay, let's keep that one for now. Right, let's try the next one. So these aren't as deep in colour, as I say, because they've got the medium already added in apparently, and I can see that they're quite soft actually. They're beautifully yeah, they're nice and light and gentle. You can see here that little sample I put in is melting nicely, so we'll have a go with that in a moment. Oh, let's see why these are called shimmer. I don't know how well it's coming across on the camera, but hopefully you can see. So if I wanted them even more shimmery, I can add encaustic to them, medium to them as well. It's going to give me a really translucent effect. Right, I'm not going to go all out and cover the entire board here, but let's do a couple more. I've got a couple more clean brushes. They feel really buttery and really smooth. So you can't get these in the UK at all. So it's the first time that I've used these particular waxes. This one looks quite similar to this first one, but it's just a little bit lighter. It'll be interesting to see how it looks when I hold it up to the light. Oh, I can see somebody saying hello. Hi Julia. Hello Rose. I can just see a comment poking through. I don't know if I've missed any others. Okay, these brushes just really aren't the right type for wax. They're not soaking up the wax in the same way that my usual ones do, but that's fine for demonstration and playing purposes. So I'm just going to fuse these for a minute. Let's make sure my leads aren't in the way, and then we'll hold it up and see how it looks. Get this pigment moving thing going on again. See what happens. And then you don't want to pick these up too quickly because they'll just run. There's quite a bit, well, quite a bit, there's some waiting around with them because if you pick them up too soon, obviously all that wax is going to, yeah, kind of like drip down the walls, which is fine if you want that effect, but I don't today. Okay, actually I can see some really nice little pieces here. So sometimes you really have to get down to on a level with it to see how it's looking. I can see how these are going to make a really nice base. Let's pick this up, see if it's... So whilst it's still shiny, it's still fluid. And as soon as it goes like a matte colour, that's when it has solidified enough to enable me to pick it up. So I don't know if you can... I'm trying to catch it in my light from my window over here. But hopefully... see what you can see. Hopefully you can see this as well. I'm not sure. My holder's a little bit in the way, but I think you can see some of it. So, and from here it's a process of just keep building up and keep playing. So, yeah, actually I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm talking out loud and going as I go. I'll have a go with this little thing. So apparently, oh, that's interesting. Okay. Oh, good for splashes. It's pure play here, which is cool. And I think they'll have to go into, just clean them out with some tissue. And then I'll have to play around with how you clean them out inside. Not sure if you're going to pick up, I would imagine we're going to pick up some colour from inside. Probably put them into soil wax and, you know, until they run clear again, I'm guessing. But I'll play with that. But that's fun effects. I've got my stylus, so I think I would tend to use that, but I just thought it'd be fun just to have a play with. They were quite inexpensive. Oh, but I do like this. This is starting to get interesting. See where it's going to stop. So I'm watching to see if these Enkaustikos waxes move any differently to the ones that I've been using in the UK. So I normally use, I use a range actually from the R&F brand to, sometimes I'll use oil paints and sometimes I'll use powdered pigments. But no, they seem to be reacting in a similar way. If you can see this. So that's quite fun. So we'll just keep on building and building up and building up. When I get to a point, so I might, it's a bit too warm to go into at the moment, but I might in a while scrape some of this corner back because it's just too heavy here. But also I can kind of paint over the whole thing. I could paint over the entire, I won't do it now because I've got such tiny brushes, but I can paint over the entire thing and then start to scrape back and I'll reveal these layers underneath. So that's going to be a fun one to play with. I do want to try these though. So these are called Interference hot sticks. Interference. And they have an effect on the colour of the paint. So the lady that his name is escaping me now, that was explaining them to me, that runs Enkaustikos. Oh gosh, what was her name? Anyway, lovely lady. She was just showing me the different tones and colours that they can change to. And I'm going to have to look into it a bit more, or play a bit more. So let's have a little go and see. Let's put some over these. Let's put a pink over this red and just see what happens to the colour. Oh, look at the colour of that. Can you see? I don't know if you can see, but hopefully you can. I think my hand's in the right place. It kind of almost looks... Oh, I'm liking these. That's an incredible colour. You would never think that this colour here is coming from this wax stick. Wow. Right, let's see. Ooh. Hopefully you can, let's put that outside. Hopefully you can see that colour. Let's put it over here. Oh, now. This is looking interesting. This is what I was a bit concerned with. I was going to fall in love with something that I can't get hold of in the UK. And I'm kind of liking this already. And I'm only on the first one. Right, let's put that. What did I just do? Oh, what was that one? Keep my colours together so that I don't mess them up for now. I'm liking the interplay with those. It's so fun playing with new toys. Oh, I don't want to pick it up too soon. I can see it's still really... So the more depth in the layers that you get, the longer it tends to hold the heat. If you can see that okay. Oh, I'm pleased I can just about see some comments on here. So it looks lovely, slightly different to something wax. I can't see the full comment on that. Gorgeous colour, yummy. That's good. Yes, no, I know. Look at that. I love how that sits on top. Right, I think I'm going to do one more colour. Can you hope? I really like that. I like that very much. Ooh, right, I'm going to do one more colour because I've got one more clean brush, and then I will stop that for now because otherwise this is going to go on for ages. I'm going to keep playing away. And I need to get some ventilation in here as well. It's really warm up here today, but I've closed the windows because of the traffic outside. And my husband is strimming in the garden, which is always handy. Right, let's have a play with this one. And then, yeah, I'll come back and do some more later. Look at that! Ooh. I'm easily amused by little things, you know. Now this is a better brush as well. It feels better straight away. Oh my, this is almost, it feels a bit like a wax form of the pan pastels, if you have ever used those. Yeah, I'm liking these very much. But giving a slightly different effect. Oh my goodness. I'll blow it out too much, I'm going to lose the intensity of it. Oh my. I'm going to do a bit more of that one, but without blowing it around quite so much. Where did I put that? That was that one. Hopefully I'm not putting my head right in the way. I keep forgetting, getting too drawn into what I'm doing. This reminds me of something, and I'm trying to find what it is. Something way back when. What is it that it runs? So I'm actually, I can see I'm going in this a little bit fast actually. I don't know if you can see, I'm actually picking up the red, which is still molten underneath, because I'm just a bit too excited with it all, I think, going in too soon. Right, let's try that. I just love it when all those pigments start blending in together. I think this one needs a gentle light fuse because it's mixing in with the pigments underneath very quickly, but I do like it very much. You see these colours. So I don't know again how well this is coming across, but these have now got these blues added on top. So this was more, oh, stuck my finger in the hot plate. This was more of a pinky colour, and this one is a much more blue tone. But it gives this lovely iridescent finish, and I think once that's cooled and buffed, that's really going to pop. That's going to be cool. I'm liking that a lot. So there we go. Right, I'm not going to keep this going for too long. Let me take this off and see who's watching. Actually, let me hold this up while I'm this way around. Hopefully you can you see how these colours are mixing in? This is more of the pinky one. So yeah, fun for my base layers. Right, let's turn this around. So yeah, there we go. There's a little play with my encaustic wax goodies from the conference in Provincetown a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to keep playing. Yeah, any questions, let me know. I'm actually pulling something together. I'm going to announce it more in the next couple of days. I've got a couple more tests I need to do, but keep your eyes peeled because I'm going to take this much further. So if you are a wax artist and you just want a bit more a bit more inspiration, different ideas, and just kind of get excited with another group of artists, keep your eyes peeled because I've got something, a no-brainer, just bargain, just a fun pop-up group, and I think it'll be really fun. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that. I'm going to link all this up on a blog on my website actually, so keep an eye on there. As well, but today or tomorrow, it'll be over the next couple of days. We've got our house on the market at the moment, and we've got estate agents coming in and all sorts, so I'm kind of doing a bit of multitasking and juggling with things, so yeah, bear with me if the timescales kind of flip by a few hours or day or so, but I will get it out as soon as I can. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Hey Mark, nice to see you on here as well. Thanks for joining, and I'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye.